right, hey guys, welcome back to the Psyched Out podcast, and we're doing something a little bit different today. It's a new series I called "Who Are You," where I'm basically interviewing tons of people to find out who they are. like, um, it's to mostly make people aware that even though we're all so different, we're all still all working towards a goal or something in our lives that we want to accomplish, and that we're all the same in that aspect and many more aspects, and maybe spark a little bit of motivation in some of you as well. So here today I've got Isaac. Isaacs, you want to
So
say a few words? Sup, all right.
yeah,
It's currently like 10:10 a.m. and I don't know how early that is for you, Isaac, but
that's like the crack of dawn.
I've been awake for like 5 hours.
God damn.
Yeah, early morning grind.
Bro, I've been
um,
awake for like maybe a half hour.
I've actually just been playing Pokemon actually for 5 hours, so it's not really okay. Okay, so let's get into this. First question, Isaac. I just want to ask you just straight up, who are you? Who is
Well,
Isaac Powell?
hmm. Well, that's a loaded question. That's a lot to say. Well, I'm
Yeah,
just a 17-year-old kid living in Maine, I guess. Yeah.
very
That's all.
exciting.
That's all I really know what to answer with.
um, well, you're taller than me. That's one thing. That's oh god, everyone's taller than me now. All right.
Damn straight.
Oh, sorry. What?
Damn straight.
Yep. Yep. Where do you think your life is headed?
Well, hmm. I've always got like different ideas in my mind. Like I've got like my main goal, I guess, is I want to be an English teacher, like an English second language teacher. So I'm just gonna go to a foreign country or maybe even stay here to teach people how to speak English.
Nice.
And
What? Sorry.
no, continue.
Um, I was gonna ask what inspired you to want to teach English?
Well, it's like a multitude of things, really. Like I've always just had an interest in different cultures, and like I've had a friend who like English wasn't their first language, and so I've noticed like when speaking with them, their English improved over time, and like I liked helping them out with like just random English words. And then my biggest factor was my freshman year English teacher. He was a very wise man, and like he I just like really looked up to him, and like I just like really looked up to him, and he had a very positive impact because like at the start of my freshman year I dealt with like a lot of anxiety and stuff, and like he was just one of the teachers that like he was like a teacher who just like made me feel comfortable, and like he always asked me like how my day was, and like so like he was just a very like calming person, and like he always he was just always there to like help me out with anything.
Mm. That's great. I remember I had my English teacher back in middle school, Mrs. Wright. She was great. She was probably the best teacher I've ever had. She was so fun. Um, and I bet that I really wanted to be a writer and an English teacher myself back then. Um, God, that was like 4 years ago. Oh my God.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And I remember writing this like 24 page like narrative, not narrative, like a fiction thing. And I got this like academic award at eighth grade graduation for it. Like, I wrote this last year. Why are you giving me a reward for it now? Anyway, but yeah, English is a really powerful language, and well, right. Well, I'm trying to think of the word to use. Just
Oh
style,
yeah.
I guess. I mean,
It's
just
yeah, it's a very useful language. Like it's just used all over the place really because like
yeah,
say if you live in Italy and you like want to go to like and you want to leave Italy to go somewhere else, but if you only know Italian, you can't really go really anywhere.
yeah. And I think some schools are actually starting to like put incorporate English into their like
Oh yeah.
learning
Like a lot
programs.
of European schools, like a lot of like schools in countries that don't speak English, like they incorporate a lot of English into it, into like the curriculum.
Yeah, it's such a but it's such a weird language too.
Oh yeah.
Like you've got three words that sound the same but mean something different. There, and there.
Oh yeah.
I can't tell you how long it took me to actually be able to understand that concept. I think I was like sixth grade by the time I actually like looked at it, and I was like, oh, that's how it goes. How many more words are going to be like this? A where, and where. There's a pair and pair. Okay, oh god,
Which and
it's
which.
oh god, that one. Oh geez.
Yeah.
And then sandwich. Like if you don't know how to spell which from which, and you're trying to write sandwich, oh my god.
Oh man.
I can't. Wait, how do you spell it? Sandwh?
WICH.
Oh god, I don't even
Jeez,
know.
you still don't even know how to spell it.
No, no, I don't. Oh,
Oh man.
oh,
Yeah,
jeez. We're
like
oh man.
when I was little, like throughout all of grade school, people would have such a hard time with spelling like because they would always like forget the E. So my teacher would be like, "Oh, why did they lick that person?" Like whenever like people are writing stories and stuff, like my teacher's like, "Oh, why did they lick that person? Why did they lick that person?"
Jesus. I remember I had a hard time spelling have in first and second grade.
Oh yeah,
I
like
never put the E at the end. But words like definitely and beginning, like to this day, I still cannot get right.
oh damn it, necessary. That's a tough word. I spelt it right like one. There's only one. I only spelt it right like once. All the other times it like autocorrect.
Does that have two C's?
I think it has one C.
I'm writing it down. Yeah, it doesn't look right with two C's. I need to go back to like first and second grade like spelling lists.
Oh man.
Yeah, I got
Oh
it.
jeez, that reminds me. I was like helping a friend like clean out like this sort of like I was like helping him clean up his basement, and he found like his old like writing textbook from like first grade, and like oh god, I always hated those things. Like it was like starting to give me like flashbacks, like
Yeah.
traumatic flashbacks
Yeah.
to like when I had to like write letters in a very specific way. I was like, ah. So like, it was just
Jeez.
really something interesting, like seeing all the like old stuff you like, kept from like grade school, and like getting all those memories back. You know?
Yeah, and writing is a very powerful tool.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes I still even think I could do it, but I just then
Uh,
when I sit down and start writing something, I'm like, oh shoot, what do I do?
yeah,
Because it feels like everyone's already done everything.
yeah. There's like I don't remember where I heard this, but there's only like I don't know like I'm not super sure, but like it's like there's only 36 stories. Like like is it like a character versus like something like I
Oh
don't know.
yeah.
It's just like there's only 36 stories, and we've just and all we're doing is rehashing them over and over.
hmm
So
that's where the skill comes in, where you have to like you gotta twist up all the endings and beginnings, and you just gotta mix things around until it's original.
oh
And
yeah,
there's only so much you can do though, even with that.
yeah. Like you just gotta kind of like I don't know, like you just gotta kind of like make it one thing and then like twist it into another thing over time, I guess. I don't know. That's what I've seen with a lot of shows, really.
Yeah, yeah, TV shows too.
Mm.
Yeah, because every type of story comes from, or any movie, anything comes from a pencil and a piece of paper. Like
Oh yeah.
history, movies, plays, of course, books. It's yeah, it really is such a fascinating thing.
Yeah, language
Um,
is a really fascinating thing, really. Like
yeah,
what's wacky is that like you know how there's like there's like word play in different languages. So like we have like I can't think of any off the top of my head, but like there's just certain like sort of like wordplay, like play on words, like that just don't translate to other languages. So like there's like I guess sort of humor that's just locked in a language, you know,
yeah,
and it's really crazy. So like you'd have to like learn that language like fluently to unlock that humor, I guess.
hmm that's awesome. Um, next question. How have your strengths, or what are the strengths that have helped you succeed just throughout your life in general, and what you want to do, and how have your faults hindered you?
Uh, okay, so we can start off with faults. So I just don't have much sort of a motivation. Like I just have a hard time like getting started on stuff, you know. And then I just have a hard time like getting it started. When I say like I want to do something, like I just have like oh it's like oh I've got this happening, and
Yeah.
so
Yep.
it just makes it really tough, especially with like schoolwork and such. Like
Mhm.
God, that's really tough. Like I'm
Especially
having a
this year.
hard time. Oh yeah, totally. Like I've got to be at school to like do my homework because like I've got a teacher breathing down my neck. So that'll get me focused, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, I remember we all have those times where we want to do something, and like we start off being pretty passionate about it, but
Oh yeah.
just we come up with so many like excuses in our mind. Like I call them excuses personally because I've learned that throughout my life I have plenty of time in the day to do what I want to do. Like, and if I end up doing something else and not doing that, I blame myself wholeheartedly for not doing what I wanted to do and doing
Mm.
something else. But just the best thing for anyone ever, and I'm probably going to be saying this a lot during during this series, is if you just want to start something, just start it. Like it's so simple, but it's so like, what are you talking about?
Oh yeah. It
Just
that's very true. Like just the getting started is the tough part, but you just gotta get started, you
yeah,
know.
whether it's like you know what I'm saying, like if let's say if you want to write a book, we're not saying like write 50 pages. That's not how you get started. How you get started is writing the first sentence. Like just
Exactly.
do the tiniest little bit. Just to, nudge yourself into that field or that project, that passion. Just you just have to start. It's honestly it's so obscure. It's so simple too. It's you just start. That's like all I can say. And even now, I do myself say, "Oh, I can't do this. I can't do that." And then the next day, though, I'm regretting it. I'm like, oh
Oh
man,
yeah.
I should have done that. I should have wrote that sentence. I should have done that push up. I should have walked that half mile. Just started it somehow, some way.
Oh yeah. Like yeah, it's just the getting started. That's the toughest part. But like you said with writing a book, it just takes like one good sentence and you're flying.
You could even write a book on how you don't know how to get started on running a book.
Oh yeah, exactly.
just writing off from whatever pops up in your mind, just jot that down. Or sometimes what I do when I'm really stumped on even like a project, like a history paper, an essay, I turn on the audio setting on whatever I'm typing and I just talk. And
Mm.
then after like a half an hour of me talking, just random thoughts and just feelings I have about the whatever the topic is, I'll see what I have, I'll read it over and go from there.
Man, that's really smart. Like I gotta do that, especially for my history essays, man.
Yeah.
Like I don't like writing about history, but I will gladly like talk about it for hours.
Yeah. Oh my God. Do you remember that time when we had a like hour conversation
Oh
of
yeah, like
where we came from? Oh my
oh
God.
yeah, man, it's crazy. Like you can get me going for like hours about history, really.
Mm. And but just I can't put it on paper though.
Mm.
It's it's and that's another crazy thing about the English language. Like some things are so concrete and so like the information's all there, like history, but you just can't put it on a piece of paper. It's so hard for some people to do that.
Like sometimes you just can't do something justice by like putting it on a piece of paper. You can't
Mm.
really just describe it in words, really. You just can't do it justice.
Yeah. That's what that's why acting is so fun. They do it for you.
Yeah, dude.
Oh man. Any other faults you've got, bud? You're
Um,
comfortable sharing?
no, I don't think so. But
Then let's turn it around and discuss
yeah,
those
strengths. Let's get
strengths.
on that. Strengths. Hmm. Well, whenever I usually like get going on something after like whining about it for like an hour, I like get going. Like I'm just like a
Yeah,
machine.
yeah.
And like I this can for like in this case like it can work either or like for strength and weakness, but like I'm a perfectionist really. So like
Mhm.
if I like do an English essay, like I'm gonna make sure it's as good as it can possibly be, like, you know? But because of that,
Mhm.
my like I just suffer doing it because like it just makes it a horrible time for me to write it because like I don't really like writing, I guess. Like I just don't like doing homework. Like I although it does end up being pretty good,
Yeah.
like I just don't like doing it.
Yeah, I hate being forced to read and write about just I hate being forced to read or write about something from someone.
Oh yeah.
And I do a lot, of course, a lot of people probably do, and a lot of people do a lot better when they write or um when they write something that's just from themselves. It's coming from you. There's no limits. There's no boundaries. And then when you've got homework, it's like, okay, I'll try to make this work. I'll try to make it sound good. Let's see what we can do.
Yeah. It's really something, you know. Like it's really quite interesting. But like in terms of other strengths, um I guess I'm like kind of quick to pick up on stuff because like when I was little, like when it came up to like reading and stuff, like learning how to read, like I just picked up on it like that. And
Nice.
I don't know, like just I guess I'm like quick to pick up on stuff. Like that's like one of my strengths.
Do you think that um, relates more to the English and reading writing setting than other subjects, or just in
Oh
general
yeah.
you good at
Like
picking up stuff? Like,
relates most to like English and writing and such. Like I'm kind of like quick to pick up on it. But like math, oh, don't like,
oh
oh,
no! Oh,
like
especially not this year.
man, yeah, I don't understand a single thing about math. Like I'm terrible at it. So when I say I'm quick to pick up on stuff, I mean like English concepts, like not math, not the all that stuff.
Although, do you think when math has a lot of letters in it, you think
Ugh.
you can pick up on that?
Yeah, maybe if he gets enough letters.
Oh man.
But like, yeah, like with just like language and such, like I kind of pick up on it faster than I would like with math. It's like an RPG character. Like I put all my levels into English and such, into language, but like 0 levels into math.
I love
Like,
that analogy. Actually, that's great.
and like especially so with and when I was in like middle school, they had us like do these like time tests and stuff. Like I was terrible at
I
those.
remember this.
Like they had us start with like the addition and then like subtraction and like multiplication and division. So like if you could complete like the addition table fast enough, you could move on to like the subtraction table. But
Yeah.
I never got past the addition table. I was that bad. And then eventually like when I hit like I don't know, like 6th grade or something, they eventually just moved everyone onto the multiplication tables.
Oh
Never
my
got
goodness.
past that either.
I remember in first and second grade, they had us do that stuff, and there was this guy in my class named Galen. You probably remember him.
No,
From
I've never met him.
he graduated in Lincoln last year. He did skip a grade, but at the time when we were in the same grade, this man did addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division all in first grade.
Oh, dang.
He completed all the timetables, and they went on doing second grade math. And
Oh.
God, I remember I got to the multiplication, but I just couldn't get past that. And then I remember third and fourth grade, they made us memorize all the multiplication tables 1 through 12 before
Oh,
middle school,
yeah.
and I did. I mean, I had another extra year in third grade to do that. But, yeah, so I was a little smarter, not really.
Yeah.
God, times tables.
Oh, yeah. I was terrible at them. Like they tried to get us to remember it, but I think my teacher like kind of gave up on me with that. Like they didn't really know what to do. They just like kept throwing the multiplication table time tests at me.
Jesus. I mean, coming from a place that makes you learn them before middle school, even, I'm like sitting in class, and there's kids who don't even know what like 6 times 7 is. 42, by the way. Are you thinking? Were you thinking?
Yeah, I was thinking.
Oh my God.
Oh man,
Jesus.
like when you said like he was when your friend was like doing like um all like the multiplication and stuff, like that reminds me like I was like that but with reading in first grade. I was like reading chapter books and such
Yeah.
in first grade. Like but just like yeah, I just had I was just like ahead on the curve when it came to reading, but everything else I was just like I'm a little slow at math.
Oh man. All right. Moving on. Next question. Unless there's anything else any other strengths you wanna talk about.
Well, yeah, like when it's not just English, but like I don't really like the weaknesses. Like I'm not very motivated, like just like getting started, and I create excuses and such. But like I'm kind of like I don't want to like I don't want to sound like a like like I have a big ego in saying this, but like I don't have too hard of a time when like learning a foreign language, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's
That's
just
lucky.
like it's just like the getting started and like I get lazy at it.
I never wanted to
it's
learn
true.
Spanish,
Oh
and
yeah,
I'm
like I don't.
like struggling
Oh man,
so
I don't
hard
think
right.
anybody really wanted to like learn a language at school, you know.
I wanted to learn Japanese. They didn't
Mm,
have it. Then I wanted to learn Mandarin, but the year we
yeah,
were freshmen, they took it out of the program.
yeah.
And now
Like
I really want to learn Norwegian.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I feel
Well, I
like
heard, yeah. Sorry.
like with Japanese, I feel like everybody had like that one phase. Like everybody who watches
Yeah.
anime,
Yeah.
anyway. Like they had that one phase in like middle school or something where they tried to learn Japanese but then gave up because it's too hard.
It's the fastest language, and Spanish is the second fastest. And that's all. It also makes me think. I'm like, if I can't do Spanish, then why? How am I ever gonna learn
Yeah, like
Japanese?
really the key to learning a language is just to have fun with it.
Yeah, and I love like Norwegian because of, like, the Nordic people, Vikings. I'm
Yeah.
so into that stuff. Like crazy into that stuff now.
Oh yeah.
It's been building up over like my 3 years in high school, and I'm now like fascinated with it, like the philosophy, some of the religious stuff. But I'm still an atheist.
Yeah.
um, but I just find it so cool, and especially the art.
Oh yeah. Like I just like I really did like you said, like I really also want to learn Mandarin. Like that would be awesome. I would have taken
Yeah,
that class in a heartbeat
same.
if
That's
they
what I
still had
signed up
that
for.
course at our school.
And then my English teacher came to me during Kiev, and she's like, Avery, sorry, it's not a thing. It's here. I'm like, oh no.
Oh man. Yeah, like I don't know, like I just like I would have taken that so fast if I could.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah, man.
yeah, I just would have taken that as fast as I could, but I'd say that's all I've got for strengths and weaknesses.
All right. Now, this one may be a little bit personal, but you're welcome to answer it in any way you want. What are the highest and lowest points of your life, Isaac?
Oh man. So, mm, I wouldn't say I've reached my highest point yet. Like I can always go higher, you know. Like I mean, but the highest point in my life so far, I'd say like it was the summer after my freshman year, I'd say, because like at that point, like I just started working out and like I've never like worked out
Yeah.
before. So I was in really good shape. Like I was in great shape. Like I had like what's called like the newbie gains. Like you just start
Mhm.
working out,
Yeah.
so you have like great gains real fast.
Mhm.
And like at that point, like before that, I'd never really had like an actual like friend group.
Oh yeah.
So and like I just started like making friends like pretty much right at the end of my freshman year, and so like it was awesome. Like you
Yeah, I
know,
remember right before track season, I met you at your house and played D&D.
yeah. Like it was like the first time I ever had like actual friends, and it was great. Like I'd never like had something like that before, and like that was also the first time I ever played D&D. Like back to what you said, like, and I
Oh
was
wait,
playing.
really?
Yeah, that was the first time I ever played D&D, and I was the dungeon master.
I felt so bad for you when you're trying to control like all five of us, six of us.
Yeah, you guys kept talking for like you guys talked like for an hour on what to like how to kill like a goblin who wasn't even paying attention to anything.
I still have them. I still am following the meme page.
Oh yeah, me too.
Oh my god, that was so fun. That was so funny. And then I remember that night after my girlfriend broke up with me.
Oh man.
You remember that?
No, yeah, I never knew that.
Oh really?
No.
Like I'm sitting in the car when my dad picks me up. I open up Facebook Messenger, bang, right there.
Oh Jesus.
I was like, wait, what? And then like then that's probably that. I wouldn't say that was my lowest, even though I was like really, really, really dark place for that month. And that's definitely where I mean, yeah, but it wasn't my lowest. I did hit a all-time low at the time, but I can only go up from there, and that's what I did. I'm like, screw this. Just one day I was just like, you know what? Why am I so focused on this? I have better things to do. And I just immediately stopped.
Oh
I just
yeah.
shut off all emotion for like a week and just did what I needed to do. Yeah, I wasn't
Yeah.
like eating or it was awful.
Yeah. Like
um,
I'd say my lowest point was like again, like in my freshman year of high school, like I dealt with a lot of anxiety and like,
Mhm.
so I was always like a quiet kid. And at that point, I was like always a quiet kid. And so, like, going to this new school with a lot more students, that just like
Mhm.
kicked, and like all these like new classes and stuff. And it seemed like it just kicked my anxiety into like overdrive.
Oh yeah.
Like, I didn't know anyone, and like it was awful. Like, really, like I like skipped a lot of school. So like I yeah, I just skipped a lot of
That's
school.
why I never saw you. I'm like, Shailene mentioned this kid, Isaac Powell. I'm like, I knew the name. I've never seen this kid before.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I yeah, I just skipped so much school, man, because of like how anxious I was. And then and like it got really bad. Like, I almost got kicked out of Lincoln because I almost got kicked out of school because of like just like how much school I was skipping, really.
Oh wow.
And then like I was at a really point that was like a very low point for me. Like, I just had no motivation to do anything, and I had no friends at the time either.
Hmm.
Like, literally no friends, none. Like, the closest friend I had was like my brother, and he didn't even go. He was in eighth grade at the time. I didn't even go. He didn't even go to the same school as me, so I had nothing.
Yeah. And then look at you
And
now.
yeah, I'm like, I've got lots of friends, and I've got like no anxiety, really. And like I just learned like I went to therapy for a bit, so like I learned all these techniques to like mitigate my anxiety and such. So like, even though like I'm doing horribly in school and I should be stressed, like it's kind of like a double-edged sword, because
Yeah.
I'm failing real bad in school right now, and I should be very stressed about it. But like,
As long as that English grade is up, that's all that matters.
oh, no, no, man, I'm failing English hard, bro.
Wait, you have Miss Sims?
Yeah,
Oh, I'm taking
yeah.
AP and I have Mr. Manahan. It's like
But
I think my AP class might be easier than your class.
no, yeah, no doubt about it. But like, I'm just like, I'm failing quite hard, failing quite badly, but I'm just not stressed at all. I'm totally chill about it.
I mean that's good too, but I mean for a certain amount of time, then it's gonna like
Yeah. But I'm
kick you
like,
in the butt and you're
I'm
gonna be like,
like,
oh
I'm a little too chill about it, you know?
yeah.
But like, yeah, and I don't think my life's gonna, I don't think I'm gonna hit any point lower than that, really, because like I've overcome that hurdle. So like, I have like no anxiety anymore, like literally nada, and it's great. And I've never, I don't think, I've just been only going upwards from here. And like, I don't think I'm going to experience any sort of depression, because like I just know that like I shouldn't hold on to things, you know, like you just gotta like, if there's something that's like kind of like eating at you, like just like drop it and walk away, I guess.
Yeah. And again, that sounds so hard. Like, how am I supposed to do that? You just do it. You just gotta drop it. Like you said, you
Yeah.
just have to even for like an hour, just don't even think about it. Completely
Yeah, like
shut it off. Shut your emotions down for a week, and I guarantee
exactly.
you will just thrive.
Like, I just drop something for an hour and I go for just a car ride around town, like just to like
Mm,
think about it and mull it over, like just not really think about it, just like let go of it for an hour or so, and
mm,
then I come back and I'm all good.
yeah, that's
Like, I
great.
just don't let myself think about it.
This one we've kind of already covered, but um, still, I'm gonna ask it. What are your biggest goals in your life, and what progress have you made in attaining them?
Well, um, like I said, like I want to be an English teacher. like an English second language teacher. And what I've done already is that I'm thinking of like going abroad to a different country to study, just so I like can deal with like culture shock, because like that's going to be a big
Yeah.
hurdle, I guess, like culture shock really. And like yeah, that's the biggest hurdle really, like the culture shock and like getting used to a different culture. But besides that, oh well, what I've done to like make progress in it is that there's this organization called Rotary International, and they like it's like a international like studying program, so you can go abroad and study. And like I've signed up for it, and
Oh, nice.
like I'm waiting for an email response to like see like what sort of plans they've got in mind for me, you know.
Hmm.
But like besides that, for like a sort of backup career, if that doesn't work out, is that I'd like to be a blacksmith. Like I like working with metal.
Hmm.
And like what I've done to do that is like I've actually like built a forge, which is like the thing that heats up the metal so you can hammer it and stuff.
Oh,
Like I've
seriously?
Yeah, I built one, and it worked great. Like it was a charcoal forge, but so it burned really fast, so it didn't like go for very
Hmm.
long. But it just like worked really fast and got stuff heated up wicked fast. And
Nice.
actually like I don't know, like I almost burned myself a couple times. Like it was like a blazing hot fire, like well over, like I don't know, maybe like 2,000 degrees.
Whoa, that's
And
really hot.
yeah, it's very hot.
Ooh, I don't want to touch that. Oh my
Like
god.
like you know how you like get next to a huge bonfire and you like can barely stand next to it because it's
Yeah.
just that hot.
Mhm.
Like and that's like a huge fire. The thing about the forge though, it was like a tiny little ball of fire, but it felt like a huge bonfire.
Wow. Oh man, that's. I never actually knew you liked blacksmithing.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of fun. Like it's a lot of fun.
That's awesome. Is that it for that question from you?
Yeah.
All right. And what is like right now? What is holding you back from being the person you want to be?
Mm. Well, I'd say the pandemic has been a real thing, like holding me back, like big time. Like I want to exercise and such, but I hate doing like home exercise stuff. I prefer going to the gym, but like the gyms are open, but you have to wear a mask in it, and and like they only limit a certain amount of people in there.
Yeah.
Like so, and it's hard as heck to run with a mask. Like, my
And
God.
gyms are actually a high risk of exposure
Oh yeah,
too.
exactly. And like I'm like they only allow so many people in the weight room in the gym, like only like 10 people. And so like and I'm too lazy to like plan ahead and like call in to say like, "Oh, can you like reserve it for this time for me?" But so like I always go in like hoping that they have a spot open, and it seems like they never do. So I just have to like go up onto the track and run with a mask on for an hour.
At least you're running.
Oh yeah,
Like
like
cardiovascular health, man. That's really that's like that's key.
yeah. Like yeah, running's great, but I hate it.
Oh man, I like running, but I
Yeah.
haven't been able to run for 3.5 months
Oh yeah, I haven't run in a
because of my
bit.
foot.
Like oh yeah, your foot.
Actually, I have PT in about a week and a half,
Huh.
but it's scaredly close to track
Yeah.
season.
Oh yeah, man.
It's
Oh man. Yeah,
I'm
for
still
real.
scared.
Like I gotta get training for track season.
I
I
got
want
I
to do
gotta get you into the hurdles again.
I want to do that so bad.
If I can't run them, I'll teach them.
And then for like another thing that I'm just like that's holding me back is I guess like besides the pandemic, I guess money, because like I want to travel and experience different cultures, and like I also want to do like blacksmithing, but man, that can get expensive. So like it's really just money that's holding me back. Like even though I want to do it so bad.
Yeah, money.
Like
It's an issue. Money's
yeah,
always going to be an issue,
yeah,
unless you
exactly.
don't let it be. But
Yeah, I
that
wish I invested in GameStop before
oh my god, that
rose
whole
up by
thing.
almost 1,000%.
Oh my god, that was insane. Like I don't even know. It's not even close to describe it. But oh my god, dude.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, and like those people that invested in GameStop, like all those Reddit people, they're holding
Oh
it.
my
They're not
god.
gonna sell at all. They're just gonna hold it. So like those
Oh.
hedge fund guys keep losing money.
They're so mad too.
Oh yeah, and
They're pissed off.
like people, and like what's crazy is that like Ben Shapiro and
Yeah.
AOC, totally opposite on like the political compass. They're actually agreeing on the fact that it should be up to like the people should be allowed to invest like that, and
I
that
mean,
hedge fund
in
guys
a
have been like
way, I mean, this is
manipulating the
probably
market for a long time.
yeah. I mean, this is probably going to be an episode for another time soon. Um, but I do think like if you want to invest in something, invest in it. And then but they didn't really do it for the money. They did it for like internet fame.
Mm,
And that's a part that bothers me. But if they were like, okay, let's get some money, I would be okay with that because you're all investing in a company, and what's wrong with that? Like,
yeah.
but if you're just doing it for fame and for shits and giggles, like just don't even do that. Just you're not helping in any way. You're just making things worse.
Oh yeah. Like it's crazy what happened with GameStop, and then they're also boosting. They're also like buying up AMC stocks and uh BlackBerry and Nokia as well. Like they actually like saved AMC as a company. I
Mhm.
heard like AMC was actually like failing and they were in a lot of debt, but then with all those people buying the stocks and increasing it, AMC is like well out of debt now.
I bet. I bet. Oh my god. Just oh
It's
my
insane.
god. The last oh my god. Yeah, I went from oh god, just oh my gosh. What's the date?
I think it's the 30th.
It's the 30th, just on the 27th at 4 o'clock p.m. The stock per share was $145.96. The same day, or no, wait, the next day at 9:30 a.m., the stock $351.94.
God damn. Like,
And then it shot up
see,
again at 4 p.m. that day to $469.42.
like it's insane like how like what we can do if we just work together.
Mm-hmm. Just a couple
But
Reddit douches getting together and just buying stocks.
yeah.
Oh man.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I've like seen videos of like the subreddit Discord of like
Mm.
people like it sounded like a stock trading floor. It was crazy. Everybody was like yelling and stuff. Like
Yes.
it was insane. It was like something that you just like it
You can only
actually
see once.
yeah, you just gotta see it at least once. But anyways, like that's like besides that, like that's all that's been like holding me back, like the pandemic and money.
I hope you can change that, my friend.
Oh yeah, me too. Invest in
Um,
GameStop.
oh, you should have done it 3 days ago, man. Like,
I should have.
um, and last question. And I asked you this before, but I'm gonna ask it again. who are you now? You've talked to me for 45 minutes about your goals, your strengths, your weaknesses, everything about you. Now, who are you now,
Well,
opposed to 45 minutes ago?
I'm a 17-year-old kid in Maine who wants to go to the other side of the world and teach English. That's the most basic part of it, really. But I'm someone who wants to inspire people to grow and learn, you know?
Yeah, that's awesome. That's what I wanted to hear. That's what I wanted to hear. A good, straight up, just something not as basic as before, but getting a little bit more in depth. And the fact that you said you want to inspire people, that's the kind of change we're looking for here. This is the whole reason we're doing this. I'm doing this series. It's not only for the viewers and to maybe give them a shining light onto what they want to do or who they are, but just for the people I'm interviewing as well. We started off with you giving the most basic generic answer about yourself. And then we went through this huge conversation about who you were, what's happened in your life, and where you are now. And now what? Now who are you? And of course it was basic again.
Yeah.
But you got the gist of it. You did it. This is what I was hoping for. Yeah. Of course, I want to keep these under an hour if I can. So I'm trying to say as little as possible about myself. But I'm actually surprised we kept it 47 minutes now. So thank you, Isaac, for being here today. That was pretty fun. I'm actually can't wait to do more.
Yeah, glad to be on.
Yeah, if any one of you viewers want to be in this and want to talk about who you are, your goals, and any advice you want to give to other people, shoot me an email, text, whatever.
Or DM us on Twitter or Instagram.
Yes. And Facebook too. I know a lot of young people don't use Facebook anymore, but I still do. Yeah. So that's where we wrap it up. Thank you so much, Isaac, for being here today and sharing about yourself and who you are. And everyone, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. The liking actually helps a lot.
and smash that like button and make sure to hit that notification icon to be part of the notification squad.
Is that gonna be a thing now?
What?
You wanna open up a Reddit feed or like a Discord called the notification squad?
No.
Oh man. And don't forget to share, please. That also helps a lot as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace.